Hi there, and welcome to the first ever Charles Chat. My name is Charles McGrath, also known as Miss Una Upland. I am an actor, writer, and drag queen presently based in San Diego, California, and I run charlesuna.com, which is a blog focused on productivity and cultural commentary. And I am here today with the first ever Charles Chat because I felt that there were certain concepts and musings that are great on paper, that might be expressed better verbally. So today, for the first episode, it's going to be really quick for you, but it's a little tidbit of information and a constant reminder I have to give myself. And it's 3 words, which is you have time. I think it's inevitable when you're on social media and you're inundated with so much information at such an alarmingly fast rate. We can't help but compare ourselves with others. It's going to happen regardless because everyone is only posting their highlight reel. So you're only going to see the promotions, the vacations, the projects, all the ups. However, we know that life is not necessarily linear. It's cyclical. We constantly see people have their ups and then their downs. We're constantly seeing people reinvent and rediscover themselves at any stage in their life. And I say this because when you're on social media and you're seeing everyone else's highlight reel, it is so hard to not get jealous and to not compare yourself with them, especially when they are your peers, but particularly when they are younger than you. For instance, we can go to pop culture and look at child stars are revered and loved by so many people, and we see oftentimes very early on they are thrown into the world of fame and money, and there are movies and music and merchandise all being distributed by them. And while they're loved, we always see the hate that they get. Even though they're children, I think people forget because they are in the public eye, but a lot of that stems from jealousy. Because when you see a 7-8-year-old making millions of dollars and you are not, that certainly can make you feel a certain type of way. But I use child stars as an unfortunate example because how many of them have great careers and great successes for anywhere from 10, 15, even 20 years, but then burn out, and we don't see them anymore, or in fact we see kind of their spiral out of control or out of the public eye, or their fall from grace, if you will. So take the 20-year-old in college and the 15-year-old making movies. They both are working actively towards their career, but I'm sure that in often cases the 20-year-old can't help but be a little jealous of the 15-year-old. But who's to say that someone beginning their career at 35 and working for 40 years will not have a more fulfilling experience than someone who begins their career at 5 and only works for 15. Comparing yourself to someone else, but particularly your accomplishments to someone else in relation to your age, is not beneficial to either party. In fact, it's quite detrimental because my unique set of skills that I can bring to the table is going to be completely different than someone else, whether they're older or younger. And my career path can change at any moment when I want it to. When I decide to do something new, nothing is stopping me or you from doing a new thing, career-wise, leisure-wise, hobby-wise, aesthetic-wise. And this realization that I have to constantly remind myself of you have time really comes down to understanding that I have the power to be patient. I have the power to know that there's no set date that I have to get anything done by. Another prime example that might ring true for maybe more of you watching would be Lizzo. Lizzo's 31 and she's not old by any means, but she did not reach the level of success that she has reached now at the same time as Britney Spears or Justin Timberlake or Gwen Stefani or Lady Gaga, Taylor Swift, any of these other musicians or pop stars that we're looking at. Lizzo was 31, but when her accomplishment came, that's not to say she wasn't working, that's not to say she wasn't creating. She had been steadily working and studying her craft for over a decade by the time her big break came. And how much more prepared was she for that big break due to the experiences that she had leading up to that moment in her career. So the 3 words that I'd like you to leave this particular video with is you have time. Whether you're thinking of starting a family, changing your work path and your career path, getting bangs, whatever it is, you have time to do it. You could embark on a new journey at 60 and still feasibly have 20 to 40 more years to explore that particular path. So, I have to remind myself this nearly every day. It is incredibly difficult to not put yourself on a timeline and compare yourself to others, but I strongly urge you to hear my words and do your own research on your own idols and see when they got started, to understand that we have time and there's absolutely no rush. So let's enjoy the ride. Bye guys. Mwah. Thanks so much for watching.